how violent black people are. And ironically, it wasn't a black man that stepped to you and slapped the taste out of your mouth. It was not a black man that got violent with you and put his hands on you and made you walk away like a coward. Nope. It was one of your own, a white man. You know, it's funny because it reminds me of someone else that built their entire platform on the racist lie of how violent black people are and how the crime and violence is so rampant with black people. And then he lost his life to senseless violence, but not at the hands of a black man, at the hands of his fellow people, a white man. See, you white men can get on these podcasts and lie about how violent we are all you want to, but the problem is reality always kicks in. Then we get to see who the real violent one is, the ones who have perpetuated violence for the past 400 years here in America. If you're a white podcaster out there, you might want to start telling the truth about your people, or else we'll just be watching a video of you, a casualty to violence at the hands of your own people. Dangerous places for white people is within a white family. You see this man right here? He's one of the many white men that would be considered a family annihilator. A family annihilator is an individual, usually a white male, that takes the life of multiple members of their family. By the way, everyone in this photo is no longer here. These family annihilators usually have a history of domestic violence or some form of abuse within their family. By the way, everyone in this photo is no longer here. There have been many studies on the profile of these family annihilators. Some of the common characteristics of these family annihilators is that they are overwhelmingly male, little to no criminal history, and white. By the way, everyone in this photo is no longer here. Psychologists say the main motivation for these family annihilators is a high sense of self-righteousness. By the way, everyone in this photo is no longer here. If we're going to talk about black-on-black crime and violence, then we would be remiss if we did not talk about white-on-white violence and crime. By the way, everyone in this photo is no longer here. To the Caucasian community out there, the call is coming from inside the house, literally. And instead of focusing so much on blacks and Hispanics and the problems that we have within our families and communities, it would behoove you to police your own community and keep a watchful eye over your own families. By the way, everyone in this photo is no longer here. Everyone in this photo is no longer here. Every last one of them in this photo is no longer here. These are Asian children that were adopted by this white couple, and everyone in this photo no longer here. This photo as well, this entire family, gone. And I could keep going, but I think you get the point. One of the most...
All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ukakadash. I want to give double honor to the elder apostles and elder bishop of Great Millstone who were well in teaching us the truth 100% securely. And I'd like to give a salutation to the men out there on the highways and byways pushing the truth throughout the four corners of the earth. And also, I would like to give a salutation to the Akim and Akwak who are listening and studying to show thyself approved. This is Brother Bayon from the Tulsa, Oklahoma, Hebrew Delight Camp, coming back to you with another quick lesson. And, you know, what more can you say about Esau eating the so-called white man, the devil, that the Bible speaks of, right? And, you know, just to get a quick precept here, because this is a border of wickedness. You know, you got a lot of people that want to trust in people like this, but how can you trust them, okay? Like, literally, how can you trust them if they can't, you know, be kind and courteous to their own people, right? Their own members, their own family members, okay? So this is the book of Ecclesiastes, aka Sirach, chapter 14 and verse 5, and it says, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? And it's asking you a question. These are the wise words right here. It asking you a question. If they are willing to take violent physical acts to their own immediate family members, how much more are you, right? And it reads on, he said, he shall not take pleasure in his good. Okay, so even when he do something good, he take no pleasure in it. Why? Because he's a bloody man. Okay, this is the bloody man that the Bible speak of. This is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. These are the devil in the flesh. Okay, verse 6. There is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness. Okay, and you see the recompense of Esau, Edom, so-called white man wickedness, and they are the wicked, they are the violence of the earth. Okay, if they're willing to take out their own family and take out themselves, how much more do you? So why should you trust these devils and trust their system that they're getting ready to implement, especially in the near future? They're getting ready to set up this RFID CHIP, and they're going to put it out on the whole world. Okay, and they're going to come to you and they're going to speak sweetly with their lip. Okay, and the scriptures tells you to never trust thy enemy. You know, we showed these couple of clips at the beginning of the video, and it shows you how violent they are to their own kind, right? And so these are the scriptures. Let's get Ecclesiasticus, aka Sirach, chapter 12 and 10. You know, this is going to be a quick lesson, a quick reminder, right? Is to never trust thy enemies, right? These are the devils that the Bible speak of, and I mean, these two clips is self-explanatory, right? Ecclesiasticus, aka Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 10, it says, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness." You see, though he humble himself and go crouching, because you notice how he named all the characteristics of this individual. He never had a violent crime. Okay, that's him being humble. All right, but deep down inside, he's a devil. He's a devil in the flesh. Okay, he can't go to sleep peacefully until he do some wickedness. That's these devils. That's in their nature. These are the border of wickedness. All right. Verse 11 again from the top. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou have wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Okay? So this is a scripture that's telling you not to trust these devils. Okay? And it behoove you, or if you want to say, it'd be well advised for you to take heed to the scripture. Okay, because these devils about to come down having great wrath, especially next year when they implement that whole beast system, which is already up and running. All right, but the minute they start setting up these laws and statute commandments, these wicked laws that they have, okay, so like I said, laws and statute commandment, which is not of Yahweh Shah, but these wicked laws that they're getting ready to have, they implement, they're going to try to force you to take that RFID CHIP, okay, and best believe the same violence that they're doing to their own kind is going to be the same violence that they're going to do throughout the whole world. All right, and that's something you got to be ready for, and you and basically call on Yahweh Shah. Okay, these are the people that's running this whole beast system. All right, starting with America. Okay, but you really start with the NATO and the EU. All right, and then you have America. Okay, who pretty much the weapon. Okay, these are the people that control this whole system. This is why when you read Proverbs chapter 20, 29 and verse 2, let's get that real quick. And this is why you see so much wickedness going on around you. Okay, because they are in control. They run society right now. Proverbs 29 and verse 2, it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Okay, so when you look around, you see people complaining about not being able to pay rent, not be, even if they are able to pay rent, they don't have enough money to get gas in their car so they can continue to go to work, or have enough money to buy groceries after they done paid all the bills and so on and so forth. So the people is mourning. Okay, that's just one aspect of it. All right, you got the farmers they're complaining. All right, not being able to plant their crops. Okay, throughout the year. Right, you got the the welfare, all of these things. So the people is mourning. Right. So right here, when it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. All right. So there's nobody rejoicing right now. But when the wicked bears rule, the people mourn. Okay? So the people is mourning, and these are the people that run this society. Okay? The only difference is they can easily hide themselves with the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is exposing them day by day anyway. Okay? And they have the power of the pen. Okay? So the ones that control, they are killing people by the boatload. Okay? That's just they're unaliving people by the boatload. That's these devils right here, man. So if he's able to commit this type of violence to his own kind, how much more will he do it to you? All right, jumping down to Proverbs 29:16, and it says, "When the wicked are multiplied, transgressions increase, but the righteous shall see their fall." Okay, and this is why we prophesied the downfall of America, aka Babylon the Great, pretty much the whole Esau system. We prophesied that, and we look forward to seeing the fall of this wicked man right here, this wicked and vile man right here, because he is the wicked. Nothing that he does is beneficial. Okay, so he has to go. No buts ends about it, man. He has to go. All right, he cannot stay here. He needs to be in subjection. Okay, so it's just a quick lesson, and I just wanted to show these two clips. All right, and shout out to the brother Arrows of Indignation. He actually, when I seen his page, the video he had, I seen this, and I wanted to do a quick lesson on this, man. So, let's get this. Let's end it off with Malachi chapter 1. So the Lord said He's gonna throw this kingdom down. All right. Eventually, this behavior. We ain't gonna see this behavior in the near future in a righteous kingdom. When Yahweh Shem Yahushua come back and tear this place apart, man. Malachi chapter 1, verse 3. As a matter of fact, before I read that, is another one, cause I mentioned that they can't go to bed without doing some mischief, okay? Because especially when the precept said that he does not rejoice in the good that he does, right? Because he only rejoices when he does wickedness, okay? This is Micah chapter 2, and we start at verse 1. It says, "Woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand." All right, these devils have the power to change things around, but they refuse to do it. Okay, and they covered field and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Okay, so this is they can't go to sleep without doing violence. All right, and so when they come up with these policies and say this is something that good is for your future benefit, believe it or not. Let's get Psalm 55. Matter of fact, let's go back to that Sirach. Real quick, Sirach chapter 12. And then we ended off with that Malachi 1 and 3. Just quick lesson, quick hitter. All right, so with Sirach 12 and 12, and it says, "Set him not by thee, lest he have overthrown thee. He stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand." That goes back into that trust. "Lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him, and his sin who will pity?" Verse 15. For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaks sweetly with his lip. Okay, that's exactly how they're going to come when they issue that RFID All right, this is the greatest thing ever. They're going to make it look sweet. Oh man, I can send messages with my mind, or I can unlock my car door. I don't even need keys no more. All right, that's how they're going to come. Okay, an enemy speaks sweetly with his lip, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit, which goes back into they don't rejoice when they do good. They only rejoice when they see somebody fall, man. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. So even when he take out a whole family, he's still not satisfied. All right. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. All right. Before they issue out this, RFID expect chaos to go on. All right. Expect people to be fighting over resources, and that's when they come and say that they got the solution. Okay. That's why this precept is very you're going to see this precept in real time. Okay. They done it generation to generation. They still practice this to this day. All right. Because it's in their power of their hand. Okay. Micah 2:2. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. Though he pretend to help thee, yet he shall undermine thee. Okay. So he's going to undermine, the righteous. He's going to undermine anybody that's going to trust him. Okay. And so that's why the very first precept said, never trust thy enemy. You never trust somebody that is evil to himself. Okay. So let's end this off with Micah. All right. So we patiently waiting for Yahweh Shem Yahushua to take these devils out. Shalaki, I said Micah, but I meant Malachi. Malachi chapter 1 and verse 3. We'll start at verse 2. Malachi 1 and 2, and it says, I have loved you, said the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, said the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua? Yet I love Jacob, and I hated Esau. Okay, the way these devils act, the way that they take out their own kind, you can see why Yahweh Shem Yahushua hate Esau, because of this behavior right here. Okay, not only this behavior, you got the policy that he set out, how he destroys the earth. All of these things, he have tons of reasons why he hate Esau. Okay, and he says, yet I hated Esau and laid his mountain waste and his heritage waste for the dragon of the wilderness. Whereas Edom says, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. Okay? And so, the Yahweh Shem Yahushua do not like these individuals, all right? And he's going to continue to expose them, okay? And they're going to be taken out of the way eventually, right? Just like it says in 2nd Ezra 6:9, all right? For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. And we're patiently waiting on that, and we're patiently waiting to see the downfall of these devils, because that's all they do is wickedness. Hell, they the first game bangers, right? They the first to do any type of wickedness. They the first to commit identity fraud, all right? These people got to go. These are the cancers of the earth, man. So, that's it right there. Lord willing is satisfying with that. And we give our praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem Makakadash. I want to give double honor to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who were well and teaching us the truth 100% securely. Shalom, shalom, Kwam Yasharala, shalom.